Welcome back to Face in the Crowd. We're chatting with entrepreneur Sebenzile Matsebula. Upon entering the industry that you currently occupy, I mean, what are some of the challenges that you have faced in terms of race, gender, disparities that are out there to constantly prove your worth and position in it?
Well, the reality is if you rock up at a board meeting where you're presenting your business because you're looking for clients, marketing yourself, the first impression people have of you as you rock up into the building is, she's looking for charity. What are we going to do with this one? Because first impressions, it's a reality. They do matter. So that's the first impression. Oh my goodness, we thought we were going to have a business person to come and present products, goods and services of her business, and we have this situation. And you can read that in people's faces, and I'm very perceptive. I read you before you even start talking. But what I've always done, and I continue doing, is just to be who I am. One, very assertive, very confident, but try not to be arrogant. And the line is very thin there between confidence, assertiveness, and arrogance. Because at the same time, I don't want to come across as a bully, but I also don't want people to be of the opinion that I'm looking for favors. I'm here to offer a service, a high quality service. I have a team of people who are dedicated, who work hard, who leave their families, and are in this establishment for long hours, and I'm the face of that company, and therefore I will present them accordingly.
You're not only a businesswoman. I mean, you juggle the role of being a mother, a sister, a friend. Life exists outside of this as well. How do you balance all of that? How has motherhood actually contributed to your holistic development as a woman?
Wow, that's such an amazing question. Because motherhood for me has been just the best experience. And I think having grown up in a kind of environment, being a black child with a disability, I never actually thought I'd become a mother. So when my two boys came along, it just changed my whole perspective about life. And I found that for me, it has actually grounded me. It's literally given me reason to even strive harder. Because when I had the boys, I made a conscious decision that I wanted to give them the best in life. They never asked to be born. And just because I'm a mother with a disability, that should not compromise the quality of life that they have. So it was, in fact, a catalyst for me to even do better in life. So I always think of them as the wind beneath my wings, because that's literally what they've always been. Whatever I do, I have them at the back of my mind, that I need to achieve this as best as I can so that I can be a good and better mother for them.
We caught up with your sons, who obviously know you as the mother more than the businesswoman. Let's take a listen to what them and some of the friends had to say.
My opinion of my mom is that she's a very inspirational woman. One word to describe her is superwoman. She raised me and my brother alone, and she's been a pinnacle and a rock and just a guiding light in my life. So I really respect her.
Oh, she's extraordinary. She's phenomenal. She's extraordinary. She's a woman with a disability, but who never allows her disability to be, I would say, a barrier in terms of her doing whatever she wants to do.
Well, my opinion is that she's probably the most inspirational person I've ever met. She's really truly the example of overcoming every single challenge that you could possibly have in life. And so being able to have someone like that as your mother is quite an inspiration for me.
My opinion of Sebenzile is she's a very dedicated person. I look at her more as a mother figure as well in the company. She always advises me in terms of some of the choices that I have to make, whether work related or even personal. So for me, she's literally like a mother. If I have issues that I want to speak to somebody with, I normally go to her and she normally gives me sound advice.
The greatest lesson I've learned from my mom is patience. Raising two boys is not easy, and doing it alone is even harder. So I've learned to be patient, and you know, I've learned a lot of leadership skills from her and how she leads her life.
My greatest lesson has really been the fact that there is no excuse. I mean, she's a single mother, black female, and a person of disability, but none of that has stopped her at any point in time. None of that has been an excuse for her not achieving something, or if she did not achieve something, none of that has been an excuse as to the reason why it didn't happen for her. So for me, consistently, it's the idea of there is no excuse in this life, and you overcome everything regardless of what is put in front of you.
Living through life the way I have, I've never really paid too much attention to people with disability. And one thing that I've learned from here, because we actually went to a building which was not disabled people friendly, and the way she spoke to the people to make them realize what is the disadvantage of them not considering people who are disabled, it actually set something in me that even today when I go to a building, that's one of the first things I look at, is this building friendly for disabled people. So for me, it was sort of, it changed the way I would look at things that normally ordinarily I wouldn't even worry about. And I started looking at it. So she didn't really literally teach me, but it's something that I've learned from her.
My fondest memory of my mom is growing up as a child. We weren't the richest of richest families, but whatever we needed, my mom used to always make a plan. And I think one of my fondest memories was actually just going out with her to the park with my brother, playing with my brother, and she'd be there, and no matter how busy she was, she always made time for me and my brother.
She can work hard, but she will always also, socialize. After workshops, we usually like sit around or whatever. She can mix with everybody and have a party like anybody else. And my favorite moment really is seeing her dancing on her wheelchair. She can really rock. She loves her dance and she can rock.
My fondest memories with her is that she has taught me that as much as it's important to look at life, but it's also important to look at the lighter side of life. And this is a lifetime teaching for me, because most of us go through life worrying too much about the serious stuff. We forget to take a step back and look at ourselves and look at our families and look at people that make us laugh. And she's one person that really, she's very good at that.
My favorite memory is she went away for a while. She went to Canada to study. And she left myself and my brother with our grandparents. And during that time, she always used to call at a very specific time. And our grandmother would answer the phone, but we knew that our mother was the one calling, so we always used to just wait to get the phone from our grandparents. And that moment when I was speaking to her, realizing that even though she was far away, she was doing it for us, realizing that there was still love, I think is the fondest memory that I have of her.
To keep going, There's still a lot that she can do, but also she can be an inspiration to many other women, not only women with disabilities, but other women. She inspires me as a person, you know. As I said, if I'm down and I look at her and see how hard she's working and how she's going all out, I get inspired. So I'm sure there are many other women who can learn from her. She's got so much to give, and she can be able to give more to other women.
I would say, Mom, we love you very much, and we hope that you keep on going and fighting the good fight that you are doing. She's very involved in community work and, you know, uplifting especially disabled people, and that's, you know, that's very inspirational, and I'd like her to keep on doing that because it inspires us as well.
I'd say, Sebe, you are a powerful woman. In your own right, you've been able to rise above so many challenges, and that is something that you can use to inspire other women who want to get into entrepreneurship. They can look at you and be able to learn quite a lot. You never allow any challenges to be on your way, and that is an inspiration to me. And I believe it can be an inspiration to many other young women, not only young, but even matured women.
Well, personal gratitude to say a huge thank you for all the sacrifices which allowed myself and my brother to have a shot at this thing called life. Her sacrifices have gotten us here, and it's an immense sense of gratitude that I feel every single day that I wake up to have her as a mother. But I think in the greater scheme, just how much she continues to inspire a lot of young women, people with disabilities in general. I know she doesn't see it and she doesn't take it in, but so many people have been inspired by her and her journey, even though it's not done yet. So I'd like to say thank you for everything, and don't stop the fight.
She must know that she's like a mother to me. She's like a mother to most of the people that she actually interacts with in the business. And people still need her to be there for us.
Well, I've had the opportunity to see both sides of her because I also work with her on a few projects. As a mom, you know, she's very loving, and, you know, she's very nurturing. And as a businesswoman, it's a bit different. She also has a bit of nurturing aspect because she understands the human aspect, and we're not machines, so she understands that. But she's very diligent in what she does, and whether it's 2 a.m. in the morning or 8 a.m., you know, she's always, you know, very diligent and on time.
She's very different as a businesswoman to a mother. She's a mother to many people, more than just myself and my brother, but she's the cool mom. And everybody knows her as the cool, happy-go-lucky mom, and that's how she's raised us throughout her life. In terms of a businesswoman, she's quite intense and detailed in her work, and she takes everything that she does quite seriously. She's the type of person that's up 2 o'clock in the morning reading every single line of every single document, and that's the juxtaposition between her and her mother, where as a mother she's just there as an oversight, there when you need her, there in the corner, but as a businesswoman she's really into the detail. So that's the real difference between her as a businesswoman and as a mother.
Mom, I love you very much. You've been the rock and you've been a pillar to me, and there's so much I can say about you, but I just like to say thank you very much for raising me with love and teaching me the difference between right and wrong. Thank you, Mom.
There are absolutely no words that could thank you for everything that you've meant to myself, to our family in general. We're very proud that we get this opportunity to speak it out into the world as to how much you mean to us and how much your sacrifices have done for us. I know it's been long and it's been tough, and I know that sometimes it's been quite a slog on your side, but we thank you. We thank you for inspiration. We thank you for your kind heart, and we thank you for continually inspiring us to go forward. So thank you, and I love you a lot.
In terms of Motswako Office Solutions, what is the legacy for the company and for yourself?
Well, the legacy for me
Yes.
is to ensure that this company grows in leaps and bounds. I believe I've dedicated greater part of my life to building this company, but I still feel I have a lot to give. And you know, in business, just as in any general life perspective, you need to have something that will serve as a catalyst to push you out of bed in the morning. You know,
Yes.
There's mornings when I'm in pain physically, and I'm thinking, oh, but with the drive to grow this particular company so that the legacy is there. You know, earlier we were talking about big companies in this space. That's what I'm driving for and aiming for, that this company becomes one of the main players in the space and then can provide the services and the goods that I've worked so hard to build up to this level. Grow it, and that's my legacy.
What advice do you have for entrepreneurs or budding entrepreneurs out there who want to enter the space, the sector, and make a contribution to our country?
Firstly, the positive aspect. The opportunities are there. So I think, particularly for young entrepreneurs, never feel that, you know, the space is saturated. It's not saturated. There's opportunities for many people to participate. Granted that the global economy, which would include South Africa, is growing minimally, but there's still room for growth, and therefore entrepreneurs need to realize that they have a role to play in being part, regardless of the size of the growth, being part of it. And therefore, once you've committed to want to participate, you need to get yourself a very good education. You know, I know a lot of young people are always saying, oh, Bill Gates or whoever, you know, dropped out of school and look where they are. Granted, it worked for them, but in the real world, it really, really makes a big difference if you have your education. And granted, it has to be good quality education. So young people need to really, really focus on educating themselves. Once you have your education in the pocket, then you know you have something that you will work with.
We've run out of time, but thank you very much for sharing your experiences and your life journey this far. I'm very, very sure that a lot of people watching will, you know, draw inspiration from it. And thank you for serving our country as well.
Thank you. Greatest pleasure. And we continue to serve, by the way.
A luta continua. Sebenzile Matsebula, a woman of true inspiration. A lesson learned from this experience is that we are more than our circumstances. We can either choose to be victim or victor. Now, we welcome your feedback and comments, so do interact with us on our various social media platforms. But from myself, Liesl Wilson, and the rest of the team, it is goodbye for now.